Oh, she's melting, look.
She's burning.
Yeah. Because she broke out from the mirror. That makes sense. And...
no.
Because she's still a painting. She's still
yeah,
flammable.
but that's...
Peace was never an option, Paul. Peace was never an option.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah. Right. Oh. Aww. How much their mother gave us. Okay, pick up the knife, I presume. Scattered accessories. Okay. The question is, what happens next now? Does all this just fall away?
Yeah.
I take a save there, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe just me, but beating the villain seems like progress. Now, has anything changed? Is the question.
You have the toy key.
We do. Oh, and we're back to normal.
Normal.
Ish.
Ish.
Relative normal. Okay. Back in the gallery. Proper.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yes. Okay. For the garden exhibition. What was it? What did I say again? We thank you for attending today. We're sharing perspective of the great voice Gartena, yeah? Yeah, okay, so it was the same. It was the same as last time we were there. Abyss up. Okay, this is where we jumped into last time. So there's a red rose again.
I guess we returned to the big painting and where it all started.
Yeah, a well-meaning hell. Jesus, was that there before?
No. That's no.
There's that painting that we saw, Horizon View, Serpentine Spirits, and Eternal Sleep. Right, they all seem to have a bit of a logic to them. See from a hill, Coffee Man. Yeah. Okay, so these are all paintings you've seen before. So let's go upstairs. I tentatively ask.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember half these paintings being here.
No.
Couple of towers.
Some are very familiar, but some are not.
Yeah, that's what kind of feels like. Kitty.
Key.
Shape and diamonds. And, okay, so nothing there again. So we go to the top floor where the big mosaic was, and well, now that is almost certainly different.
Yep.
There's no coming back after this. All your time here would be lost. Would you still jump in? We jump into a painting.
In we go.
The frame's gone. Beep. Oh. It's a voice. Oh, it's a mother. What's going on? Oh, fun and straight. Do you want to never see your mother and father ever again?
That's
Oh shit. They're both competing for her. Now, is this a good or a bad ending type? Who do you believe?
We've seen a lot of paintings of our parents.
We have, yes.
We've only ever seen this guy in a mirror.
True. So you think Gary is the real out of the two?
Hard to say, but we do know that paintings can come out and attack us.
Yes.
But our parents were never an artist painting.
Yes.
But we've seen paintings of them.
Okay. Right. Let's see if you got it right. Okay. Can't remember what you were doing. Right, let's read that. Something world. Fabricated world. Oh, we're back in. We're back. Outright.
Okay, things look...
But the question is, what happened to Gary?
Gary's been around here somewhere.
Yeah, I thought he was there. There he is, look. There, we found him. Huh. He doesn't actually remember any of it.
Dang.
Wow. Interesting. Person's heart. Okay. Is everything back to normal? Question mark.
Well, someone could be for a fucking child vampire.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a different ending we got.
Huh.
Right.
That was an ending?
Yeah.
Like, possibly a happier one?
Possibly.
We'll go to save and find out.
That's true. We can see what happens in the other one.
Actually, I suppose we should.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. If any. There's another exhibition. Hidden dungeon and bonus endings. On a second playthrough. Select new game. And to start a second playthrough, save files will be marked with a diamond. Alright. So we can go again.
Alright, continue from our last save, which was...
Yep, that sounds about right. Yeah, so we went right at the top floor. And we see what ending we got then.
Because I think we got the happy one.
It seems like we got 8 with a satisfactory ending. So let's see what the... Right. So that means you can do the true exhibition and then find more endings to this game.
Huh.
Now I do wonder whether, like... Now I'm assuming that we're going to die here, but I'll be intrigued to see how this plays out.
Oh, I doubt it'll be as just mundane as merely dying.
Yes. Alright, let's go with Mother and see what happens. I feel this is a bad ending. Yes. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yep.
Or does he get trapped in the gallery instead?
Tricky because, like, he got out.
Yeah. He did, didn't he? So, what happens here? There you go. It was a bad ending. Right. Well, that solves that then. And it just boots us out to the end. Fantastic. Right, Paul. So we got an ending to the game.
We got 2 endings.
We got 2 endings. So.
And I think we did the right one to start off with.
Yes, and a replayability then for round 2, it seems. So, I would value your opinion. What did you think of this game?
I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of what even the fuck are we doing?
Yes.
But there wasn't a huge amount of it.
I thought it was for the type of game there was. I thought it was actually quite a rational, logical game.
I don't know about that.
In terms, no,
Okay,
yeah. Broadly speaking, there wasn't as much moon logic as you'd expect for a game this type.
Okay, forget about art being real and
Yes.
running that.
The abstract puzzles, let's say. Didn't take the piss.
They were abstract but not moon logic,
Yes.
and that is a tricky thing to do.
Exactly. That's my point.
But yeah, I like this. This is God, yeah, it's I enjoyed this.
Yes. Now I know for a fact there is more to this game than the first playthrough. In fact, because there's still a whole part of Gary's story that you can play through as well.
Good for it.
Yes. So that is an option if you want to come back to it or dive in now. It's entirely up to you. But are you satisfied with your lot here with Eve at the moment?
Yeah, no, I would call that a satisfactory game. I despise games that say, cool, replay it 3 or 4 times to unlock all kind of... No.
Okay.
No, I'm terribly sorry. I value my game, my like, the precious seconds of life I have. I don't want to do the things I've already done to get some old dialogue, a few seconds of old story.
So you don't...
No, I value my seconds of life too highly for this.
Then I'm quite glad we didn't get you in for the Shadow of Memories playthrough that we're doing on the channel, because that has 6 endings and you have to get all 6 to unlock the final 2 endings.
So I'm sure you're familiar with this thing called YouTube.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that, Paul? Come on, like...
Efficiency. The efficiency of your time.
Nonsense.
We all have only a very finite number of seconds, so we don't even know what it is.
Oh, God, you spoil sports.
Like, kudos to you if you enjoy a game where the simple act of playing it
Yes.
in the hopes of unlocking a bit more story, and that's enough for you if you've enjoyed the gameplay that much. Cool, you have found something to fill your time with joy.
Yes.
The gameplay was not that tier for me. This.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, bear in mind, it is an
like-
RPG maker. There's only so much of the gameplay they can do. So I think based on what they had, I think that this is a very,
Based
very
on
good
what the
effort.
tools they had,
Yes.
this is an amazing effort.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like I would. There's one more game that could potentially upend this as perhaps the best game to be made using the RPG Maker setup. But we wouldn't be touching on this series. It's a very different game. But my point is that with the actual toolkit that you have to be able to make something, like in the same way, if you make something in Unreal, you're gonna get something that you'd be expecting for an Unreal Engine game. Same way you make something on the Cry engine, you're gonna see something aesthetically like fucking blasting your eyes out of it. So for the RPG Maker to make something as kind of like claustrophobic as this, like that's where the achievement is. And I'm nearly sure it's only like done by 1 or 2 people, I think. It's a very much a one-person project in that sense. And kind of fits into that kind of category of like the jumpy horror, but you're so engrossed and absorbed in it for me that you actually get stuck in when you feel like you shouldn't be, you know, kind of way. And that's why even when I was playing this the first time, now I didn't actually complete it myself, so I might probably will play this like throughout again and see what the actual rest of the lore is like, because I'm actually genuinely interested, you know. But from what I can see from this game, there is depth there. And if you want to keep going deeper, you can, which is probably why you have the replayability. But I like that there is a kind of a clean break here where you say, right, well then you have your ending where Gary and Eve don't, but Eve remembers but Gary doesn't, and then you basically go back off with your mother and it's business as usual. Like, and that playthrough was what, 2.5 hours? Like that's 3 hours actually, combining our own session. So that wasn't bad going.
Yeah.
But there is more story to be found, and that's up to the player to decide whether they want to go again. Hence why we have the true exhibit as well.
You know what? Fine. I imagine I might get like 3 or 4, possibly 5 minutes more story. I'm not committing 3 hours.
Absolutely fine. No, and that's fair. But that's the thing. That at least the option is there. You have the clean break if you want to go.
Like,
you know?
I imagine there's any kind of people that are just that are willing to put the effort to get that bit more, because like there's clearly there.
It is definitely there. Yes.
The makers put their heart, tears, and soul into this.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it.
And kudos to them.
Yes.
I enjoyed my time with this.
Good. And that's all we can ask. Isn't that it? That's all we can ask.
Yeah.
So with that then, that is our playthrough of Eve done. And Paul, another adventure will await you next time on Paul of Cthulhu. But at least you leave Eve satisfied. Maybe would you be, if you had the choice of say playing Eve or going to an actual art gallery and an exhibition of a fucked up artist, would you rather play the game or would you rather go to go see some fucked up art?
Oh, it always
given
depends.
the choice.
It always depends on the company.
Okay, to expand the point, I'm going with you for either one. And I fucking hate art.
Oh no, I know.
You're dragging me to the art museum in this sense.
I know some people that would dig some fucked up art. A fucked up art exhibit.
Fair enough. So satisfied then?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Right then.
I enjoyed my time with this. I got an ending that was
We got both sides
a
of the
little
coin.
like the one we did where we go with it, got out,
Yes.
and a little girl is the only one that can seem to remember what happened.
Mm-hmm.
There've been many stories, that kind of thing, where it's only a little girl
Yes.
or a small child that doesn't even know if it was what they experienced is real. And there's a lot of those because it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
The idea that as adults, like, we partially remember the games we played as children,
Yes.
and as children, we could get so immersed in those.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's fair.
It is a very familiar feeling. And this game is it's a lot of that.
Yep, absolutely, and I think that's what makes it interesting. So, but yeah, that means we're done, and we are going to move on to our next adventure from there. So,
Wonderful.
Thank you very much for watching our playthrough of Eve. And by means, like off screen, I'm certainly going to be playing this again to see what happens more.
Do let me know.
I will, absolutely. If it ever comes up, I'm sure we'll discuss it. But for now, we are going to find out what you're going to be playing next, Paul, at the end of this video, and get people excited for your next horrific adventure, wherever that may be.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, indeed. But until then, thank you all very much for watching this edition of Paul of Cthulhu. Do all the usual YouTube stuff if you also enjoyed our playthrough and Paul's torment, if you will. But you weren't actually really the torment. You actually did quite like this game. It's hard to keep saying torment. We're actually playing really good games in the series.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
The frustrating moments were sparse and didn't go on overly long.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially compared to some of the fucking games we played in the series.
Indeed, this is in the top tier, not the bottom tier, to say the least.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Well done, Eve.
Exactly. So in that case, folks, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Paul of Cthulhu. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see what happens next on the series. But for now, good night, Mr. Parker.
And good night to you, Jeff. This same fucking haunted house nonsense. Jesus, tap down to the fuck.
Yep. Nothing like a bit of Henry stuff to get you up in the morning, lads, eh? So, Paul, we've been down this road before. This is now the sixth time we've been in the staff mansion to decide our next adventure. I know you can barely contain your excitement as it is, but I'm going to ask you to just pin yourself down and make what could be the biggest decision of your night. It's not really your life, really. I mean, like, we've done this 6 times before.
Of the night, certainly.
Yes, I think broadly speaking, it is a very a moderately important decision that will decide our next playthrough.
Here's the deal.
And as ever, these games have been chosen by the elder gods themselves of the Monday Madness channel.
If memory serves, you have 3 doors ahead of me,
Yes.
and the choices are a little wonky in that regard. Regardless of what I choose, I basically never know or recognize the games.
No, and that's the thing. They're tailor-made to confuse a Paul.
Well, let's go to number 1. It's the most green.
You want to go for number 1?
It's the most green one.
You're
Let's
going
go
for door number 1. Okay. Door number 1 is...
Let's see what's behind door number 1. Door number 1!
And door number 1 is called...
Any minute now.
Gibbous. Gibbous.
Gibbous.
Gibbous.
What, like the moon? Like that's one of the moon patterns, I think. Like
It is
Gibbous
a moon,
moon?
actually. Yes, you're right. It actually is a moon pattern.
Like,
Yes.
I don't know which one the gibbous moon is.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, we're not playing through a moon, unfortunately, but it is an actual video game. as I'm going to get the blocks around now to describe. Because Gibbous calls itself a Cthulhu adventure.
Really? What a novel concept.
What a novel concept indeed. So, allow me to give you the box blurb. So first of all, this is made by a company in Romania called Stuck in the Attic. And it goes thusly. So, essentially, how does this describe? Okay, I'll break it down to you. It's a point-and-click game.
A point-and-click adventure game.
It's a point-and-click adventure game, okay?
My God.
I know, we've never done it before. I know.
Jesus, like, what? Don't overextend yourself. Like, don't tear a ligament by stretching that far. A point-and-click Cthulhu-themed adventure game.
Yes. Now, this is actually a game that we have technically discussed on the channel before. In fact, Neil has done a review of it. So if you wanted to get an idea of what that's like, you can look at his review. But essentially, it's the best way to describe it is that you have a Cult of Cthulhu.
As you do.
As you do, yes. Now, it is essentially it's a comedy game as opposed to a serious game. This is a more of a goofier type of game.
Hang on. You mean a guy covering himself in fucking chicken feathers and diving off a lighthouse wasn't comedy gold?
Well, let me give you the box blurb. So, it's a
to say nothing of that one time we tried to pick up a parcel on our doorstep and went spinning
Darkseid,
towards freedom.
I would attribute Darkseid as an unintentional comedy. This one actually mean to be funny. So, Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure, is a comedy cosmic horror adventure made in Transylvania. Darkham, with its crooked gambrel roofs, dark alleys, and a dark shredded in secrecy, never really was a welcoming place. But nowadays, kooky cults are popping up everywhere, and that most evil book, the Necronomicon, is spoken of in trembling whispering once more. Detective Don Archetype is on the case to retrieve the mysterious evil tome, but unsuspecting librarian Buzz Kerwin stumbles upon it and accidentally transforms his cat Kitty into a walking, talking abomination. Being humanized is quite a downgrade. Gibbous is a comedy cosmic horror game, a modern adventure that is classic inspired, features gorgeous HDR, detailed traditional animation, and a lengthy story that will see the three protagonists travel around the world and deal with abominations both cosmic and human made, voodoo, and things that should not be. From Lovecraft Country to Transylvania, set off on a quest to get a very cynical cat to stop talking.
What was the protagonist name one more time?
Well, you have Buzz Kerwin and Detective Don Archetype.
Don Archetype.
Yes.
And their uplifted, in quotation marks, cat is another character.
Yes, called Kitty.
And now all I think is Red Dwarf.
Yes. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. But that's your next adventure, Paul. You're going to go and stop a cat from talking itself into oblivion, essentially.
I will bring stronger drinks next time.
Indeed you will. But for now, get hyped, get excited. If you played Gibbous before, you'll know what to expect. But if not, then by all means, if you want a preview, you can check out our review of it on the channel already. But otherwise, if you're waiting for the playthrough, then sit tight. It'll be coming very soon.
Say, what is the video called that where Neil's reviewing this?
That's in Madness Reviews Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure.
Wonderful. And now you know.
It really was self-explanatory, really, wasn't it?
Okay, hang on. Let's be honest. Sometimes you have to be clear what you mean, because we have posted a lot of questionable goddamn videos on these channels.
That is very much true. But at this time we're being completely upfront, and it's a pure and honest video game review. Or is it? Maybe you should click on the video to find out. I was going to leave it at that point there and just get people to kind of... It's a hook. You know, it's a hook.
Yep.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep dragging this part out to make it seem like I've accidentally kept this part in. Oh shit, that's the recording, isn't it? Okay, boys, see you next time. Fuck's sake, Paul.
God, fuck.
Honestly, you're supposed to tell me when the fucking red light is off. You fucking... See,
I'll eat a dick.
Now, the gimmick is still fucking going, man. Alright, knock it off, the fuck.
Just go back to gargling.
Just press the fucking stop button, Paul.
Gargle my dick. Fuck you.